Monique and I'm back with a new video on Scope International. So today I'm going to speak about the elasticity of demand pricing. Previously I've been speaking about the market research and understanding that demand are very important into the supply chains. So let me starting by establish and give you the definitions of what is the pricing elasticity of demands. Defining pricing elasticity of demands is actually the PED measure that change in the demand for a good and response to the change in price. It has for objective to establish the elasticity of demand based on the movement that allow the demand through the curve. So the demand is generally the law of demand. State that the quantity demand and the price of good or service is irreversible related or the things that remain in cost. The key points. The point curve is down, sloping indicating the negative relationship between the price and the product and the quantity demand for normal goods. A change in price that will be reflecting more along for the demands. The curve wall and a no price change will result in the shift of the demand curve. Two exceptions to the low price and the low demand. There are two types of ways to define the elasticity of the pricing demand, which is the following: the given goods and the given good. What is the given good and what is the given good? So the given good is that the people that consume more and that only have the pricing that's rising, so having like a positive price elasticity based on the demand. And it also making the following information that must be very important to acknowledge. The given good describe an exclusive curve and inferior good. In theory, the given good as you display the characteristic that a price increase demand for the demand increase. In the real world, application has not been to example or often good through a popular albeit historical inaccurate example in the price of, for example, potatoes. An inferior good as the price continue to increase during the Irish potatoes fund. And this is so important to see that demand depend of the price you make can change the demand of the good. So now let's speak about the verdant goods. The verdant goods for which people preference for buying them increase as a direct functions of the price as a greater price confers a greater stature. A good for which demand increase when income increase and for when income decrease. Movement along the demand curve. If the income of the consumer, price of the related good and preference of the consumer remain in change, then the change in quality of good demand by the consumer will be negatively correlated to the change in the price of the good or service, the change in the price, which is along the demand of the curve. So the shift in demand curve. The demand curve will shift move within inward and outward as a result of no pricing factor. A shift in demand can be related to the following factor, which is consumer preference, consumer income, change in the price of related goods, change in the number of buyer, consumer and expectations. So the law of the demand. The demand curve law shown in the red and shifting in the right demonstrate the inverse relationship between price and quantity demand. The curve shifts downward from left to right. Higher price reduce the quantity demand. Through in general term and specific to normal goods, demand will exert a downward slope. There are expressions given goods and verdant goods. The verdant goods are so expensive commodity like diamond expensive car, despising clothing and all the higher pricing, limited items are used as a status symbol to display the wealth, the more expensive this commodity because the higher the value as the status symbol and the greater the demand, the amount demand of this commodity increase in the price and decrease with a decrease in the price. In this case, I've been discussed today. We share about the impact that elasticity pricing can impact based on the demand. Two main of point that's been dispatched, that's been sharing, which is the given good, which is the demonstrate when the pricing increasing, the demand increasing. So the good can when it's decreasing, when the pricing decreasing, it means that the demand will get up because there are more buyers. The vending goods is where the goods are very expensive goods like car, diamond, and so on. The higher the price is, the curve can go downstream and upstream. It depends the time of the consumer that the market actually buying these specific materials. In this case, it's very important for a market, for business, for consumer to understand the market elasticity of price. As a consumer, I'm basically always looking what the market offer, and basically on the price, whatever the good can be very expensive, very into the mode in terms of this is what is the tendency, this is what is the market, this is what I'm going to buy, and this is what I'm going to push as based on the if I'm in the part of gifted goods or if I'm in the part of weathered goods. Depends the social ability and the economic side of the consumer or the business or the supply chain. So it's very important to understand the elasticity of price demand into the market. And this is also affecting consumer in terms of when we're talking based on the supply chain side, sometimes supply chain costs are really impacting based on how the market has made it, the change of the market, the new goods is put in the market. So the elasticity of pricing demand are the main point in the supply chain. Since it can make organizations to acknowledge what kind of contract that can be established based on the volume that has been established. The elasticity give them and when them goods are really established in the production side that can impact the inventory. In this term, I'm just going to sharing. Let's see the following videos, but see why is I will provide the following reference that demonstrate the different elasticity of pricing, so you can acknowledge, have more knowledge based on that, and also different graph picture based on that, so that you can really see exactly the bigger picture of what is exactly the elasticity, demand, gifted, and vendant based on the market, projection, supply chains. So I thank you very much, and I see you later for the next video. Thank you.